What? And I'm gonna give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. Literally, I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team.
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
All right, welcome. It's another Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I've been doing a lot of drinking this weekend. Lots to get to. Canada are a bunch of cheaters.
Told you.
Yep, yeah, they are. Nate, you called that. We're gonna talk about how they've been cheating. We're gonna talk about what we think they should be penalized with. We got a lot to get to on that. Preseason's up and running. Teams, your club is probably playing here in the USA, as most clubs are doing for the summer. Are you worried about the results? Do you care? Is it important? Or is it just a good time for a booze up? Because that's what happened this weekend up the Villa. Great time down in Columbus for me. We'll get to that. Lots and lots to get to today. Yes, the Olympics are in full swing. Are you watching any of the matches? U.S. men's national team U23s are playing. U.S. women's national team are playing. They're doing all right. What are the expectations there? Lots to get to there. Do you even care about the Olympics? Are you watching the soccer? We got a lot to get to. Rumors, transfers, clubs here in the U.S., how they're doing, how the games are going, injuries, how that's going to affect the beginning of the season. Man, and it's the middle of the summer, and people said, are you sure there's going to be enough content to do a soccer show, my friend? You bet your ass there is. All right, before we jump in, before we really get going, I want to say a big thank you to our partners and our sponsors, Soccer World, soccerworld.net for all your soccer gear needs. Thank you to Next Level Training, Aaron Bird, his guys, the best trainers in the country. Absolutely bar none. My kids are doing the camp this week. They are looking forward to it. Thank you to the Michigan Jags, Michigan Jaguars FC for all things Michigan Jaguars. One of the best clubs, one of the best youth clubs around, not only here in Michigan, but in the country. Big thank you to Thomas McGee's. We appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown us. Down in Eastern Market, if you're looking for a place to go watch soccer, Thomas McGee's has you covered. Food and beer, soccer, what more could you want? Big thank you to the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. I was just swapping texts with him the other day. Yeah, I'm getting really old now, and my Achilles tendons are hurting. He got some stretches for me. We're going to work something out. So, football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. If you've got something ailing you, need to get back on the field, hit up the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. Big thank you to Fab Football Academy, located in England. If you're a player looking to make it to the next level in Europe, Fab Football Academy. If you got a gap year coming up, hit them up. We got some stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks for Fab Football Academy to show you guys. All right, not just me here alone talking in the studio by myself. I got some of the boys here. Nate, how are you, buddy? We're going to talk Canada. Oh,
Why did I get an applause?
I don't know, because you. Yeah.
I am not one to be applauded. I am not one in the.
Maybe we got to get it. We got to get that guy off the fucking controls.
Well, then he's going to want to do something else. So I don't know what's worse.
This is true.
It's kind of like you're going to get punched in the face or you're going to get hit in the stomach, and you're like, well, I don't want to get hit, and you're like, no, you got to pick one.
Yeah, pick one of them.
You got to pick one.
So we gave him the soundboard. I don't know why.
Yeah, well,
that
that
was
was
Brooks over there.
That's
Just,
you.
that
You own that one.
Yeah, you're right. All right. So
what
how
are you saying about what now?
Canada cheaters? You called it. You said they're cheaters.
Oh, why do you hate Canada, Nate? Filthy cheaters. We call them the Northern Maple Syrup Scallywags.
Is that really what we call them?
Yes.
They're pirates?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Scallywag's a pirate.
And all you were like, oh, Tim Hortons isn't bad. Their coffee's crap. Their donuts are average. And they're cheaters.
Nate,
I like their ice caps.
I want to know. We're not going to do
Get
it.
out.
Don't tell me now, but we're coming up. I'm going to ask that question. What they should be
Oh,
penalized?
I already got it.
I
I
have
already
done
got it. I got the ultimate penalty. I'm actually talking to CONCACAF and FIFA, and apparently I had $1 million dropped off, and I was like, "What? No, guys, this is not what I want.
not a bribe.
This is not. Why are
bribe
you
thing.
giving me money? No, I can't host the World Cup in my backyard. Stop.
Again?
Stop. I know it's really weird. So I'm already in conference calls with them, dealing with what the actual penalty will be for Canada. It's going to be harsh.
Oh,
It's going
good.
to be harsh.
That's what I like.
It's going to be. But before I get to that, what's the big deal on this again?
They were caught cheating.
Yeah, but is this like one of those
We're
like?
gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. I have to explain it to my wife.
I mean,
we're gonna
like,
get to it.
To me, it's just like, yeah, couldn't you just maybe they're just stupid, and couldn't you just like watch a video?
Yeah, maybe.
We'll get to
Yeah,
it.
maybe.
Well, it's kind of
we'll
like
get to
some of the Patriots cheating, where it's like, yeah, on paper it's cheating, but is it really going to affect them that much? Is it really a thing?
Well-
So maybe you guys can convince me. I already went full blown because I hate Canada, so I just went full blown with the punishment.
Yep.
You're like, Canada, I'm like, on it.
Yeah.
Screw them.
You didn't even know what was happening.
I didn't even
or
know.
what they did. You
I
just
didn't even
wanted to
care.
punish. You just wanted to
Didn't
punish.
matter. I've been working on this for years.
We'll get to it.
Years.
All right, Brooks, how are you, buddy? You look like you're caught in like a deer in headlights there. What's going on, man?
No, I'm good. Good work on my college scouting schedule for this fall, so that's been taking up the last couple days, just relaxing, and man, it's hot in here like a sauna. I think we're gonna lose some pounds here tonight, guys.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I
We
can't
sweat.
lose any more pounds.
You can't?
No, not without dying.
Oh, I don't want you to die.
You're a bit of a skinny runt.
Excuse me?
Yeah. that I said that. All right. So listen, boys, we're gonna start off with the Canada thing. We're gonna talk about it because there is potential to be gained from doing this, and a potential advantage to be gained from teams doing this. I had to explain this to my wife. So before we really jump in and say, we're gonna bring it back a second.
Wait,
Okay.
hold on. Before we bring it back, boy, Jesse Marsh got real freaking quiet about, the USA national team and all that shit, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, he really just, insert foot mouth there,
Jesse Marsh. Shh.
Oops.
You went quiet, didn't he?
Yeah,
All
got
right.
real quiet.
So Canada are a bunch of cheaters, and how deep and how far back have they been cheating? There's a lot to get to. They're still investigating. It is they got a lot to do. So Bev Priestman, she's actually an English-born manager, has been coaching Canada for the past couple of years. She's 38 years old, and now she's been suspended along with 2 staff members. Their salaries have been suspended as the investigation goes on. So what ends up happening is a couple of years ago, what did we say, 2021 was it? They found out that before a World Cup qualifier, Canada was using drones to spy on was it Uruguay?
No. This 2021 was the U.S. men's national
US
team.
men's.
But
So
the
anyway-
U.S. ended up winning 4-1.
Yeah. So, but the women's team have used drones to spy on the practices of their opponents before the game. So, yeah. So,
And apparently they did it for the Copa.
yes, men
The men.
have been doing it as
men.
well.
Yes.
The men are doing it. So this
So
is going
this
to
is
go.
recent.
This is going to go far. This is going to go the last couple of years. How many big games? How
Did
many
everyone
times have
see
you done
the?
this?
Did you see the post on social media where under the
logo.
video and analyst job it said need to know how to use a drone? Apparently,
That's brilliant.
apparently it was a requirement.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I was at a 3.5-hour drive today. Columbus, beautiful city, back here to Detroit. I had to explain this to my wife. She goes, "What's the big deal? What advantage can be gained?" Okay, so for those of you who may not know, professional teams the day before or the morning of a game, they will do a walkthrough. So what they'll do is they say, this is the starting lineup for the game. Here's how we are lining up. Get in your positions. When the ball is over here, kick the ball over there to Johnny. All right, when the ball's on the left side with Johnny, here's how I want everybody else to interact. So coach moves players around, right? They've been doing this for years. This is how it works. It's a walkthrough. So essentially, if you've got a drone flying up above, you can look and say, oh, look at that. They're going to deploy Christian Pulisic on the right-hand side today. How do we counteract that? Why do you think they'd be doing that? Oh, well, there must be an injury somewhere else. Oh, who are they starting up top? Oh, okay, well, that's interesting. How do we counteract that? They're not going with their big, strong center forward. They're going with their fast, speedy center forward. So how do we counteract that? I know. We'll put our center back who's fast and speedy on him. So, yeah, there is an advantage to be gained because now you know the lineup. You can see what they're doing where the ball is and how their players are supposed to react, right? There's also, and it's in the last several years, become so important in our game, set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks in positions. How are we going to do this, right? So I'll give you a quick example. I took a tour of FC Cincinnati's stadium.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful stadium. I took a tour of FC Cincinnati Stadium last year. The team had just left that morning to go to an away game. Do you know what they left on the board?
Their tactics.
Their set pieces. So when Luciano Acosta goes over to take a corner kick and he puts one hand up in the air in the first half, it means that they're going to run 3 people towards the near post. In the first half, when he puts 2 hands up in the air, it means they're going to swing it in towards the goalie as tight to the goalie as possible so everybody needs to crash the net. So when you're practicing set pieces and you've got a drone and you're videoing it and then you can take it back and analyze and say, oh, look who's starting. Look at the set pieces. All right, he's got one hand in the air. This is what he's doing. This is what happens. There is an advantage to be gained. Now, obviously, this is not football, American football, or baseball sign stealing, where there is a direct advantage when you know someone's running a play like in American football, right? You know they're going to be running the ball, or you know they're going to be throwing the ball out left or out wide or running it through the middle. That's a direct advantage. This is soccer, our version of football. It comes down to the players. No matter how, what the players are on the field, this is soccer. Creativity, ingenuity. You can coach players all you want, but it's up to them on the field. Does that make sense? I'm trying to lay it out as much as I can. I'm trying to come with both sides. But in my opinion, if you know the starting lineup for the opposing team, now you can match it. You know the set pieces. You know how to defend it. You know what they're running. There is an advantage. And I don't care if it's a small advantage or a big advantage. It's an advantage, and it's an illegal advantage. They should be punished. Absolutely punished. So they've been docked 6 points. The Canadian women's national team have been docked 6 points here in the Olympics to start off. I think, to be honest, F that. Just kick them out. Just kick them out because I don't care. I don't want to see this happen again. Punishment needs to be set. I guarantee if it goes deep enough that FIFA find that the the Canadian men's national team and the Canadian women's national team have been doing this and have been doing it for a couple of years because, as we said, 2021 in Charlotte, Canada played Uruguay, and it was
No. It was 2021. They played the U.S. men's national team.
And that's when they're reported to have
Yes, that's
also
the
used
first
a drone.
report. Yeah, and apparently they interviewed like a bunch of players too. And I don't know if they outed Herdsman, but Herdsman plays the game of like, I didn't know that. And apparently they used like practice footage from the other team the players have recalled. So I'm curious to see. So he's going to lose his job at TFC?
Yeah, he should. He should lose his job.
Yeah.
And he should be fined.
It's a rule, right?
Yeah. You can't do
can't do
that.
it, so.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would guarantee.
It kind of like you can't like using a drone. You can't really claim that was an accident. Like, oops, shit. I was just trying to take some pictures.
My bad.
We were trying to zoom out on our own, and it got lost.
How'd you guys get in the background practicing?
Damn computer programs.
That's weird. You guys are gonna put
The Russians hacked
Pulisic
my
on the
drone.
right.
Oh my god. You know, like,
Oh my God! Maple syrup everywhere.
what's that up there? It's my drone. I was just trying to do tricks. Just trying to do tricks over here. Over our practice? Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Can I see that drone? No.
Nope.
No, you can't.
Nope.
Is that a camera on her? No.
Maybe.
Why are you asking all these questions? Feel like I'm being interrogated here. I'm
Sort of.
Canadian. Don't you trust? That's why I tell you guys, my God, the chickens have come home to roost. You guys are like, why do you hate Canada? I'm like, they're too nice. They're too nice.
You just hate Canada. Hate Canada.
Why do I hate Canada? I'm so angry right now that I can't even speak the words, the English.
Have you been to Canada?
Yes, unfortunately, it's a hellscape.
Did you like it?
Everyone is kind.
Where'd
you
you
know
go?
they're up to things. They're not up to any good, and this is my proof right here. You guys are, they're nice. They're not doing it. Not harming anyone. It's all fine. Really? Really? You give them a little bit, and they take a mile. They're cheating with drones. What's next? I'll tell you what's next. Concentration camps.
What?
Whoa.
Wow, we went pretty far and
That's
deep on
really-
that one.
Yeah, camps where you have to go to like concentrate on things, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you guys thinking of?
At some point, we're gonna have to tell him what things actually mean.
Yeah, I was.
Is there another term for that?
Yes, but we're not gonna explain it.
Yes.
No, it's where you go and you study.
Nope. Completely different.
completely different.
Completely
Oh.
different. No, don't worry about it, Nate. You're all good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We'll get
Sorry,
there
my
one
German
day.
history books are blotted out. The 40s never existed in there.
That's weird. I wonder why.
Yeah, it's just nothing to see here.
It's like in Britain, the American Revolution never existed.
Nothing happened.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
tea
all right.
We
sucks.
lost a lot of tea.
All right. So here's some of the ramifications that can happen from
not
this.
enough.
Not enough. Well, you not enough, but
Before you get to that, not enough.
Not enough.
I got the answers.
but I don't know if a lot of people have thought of this.
Oh,
so,
I have.
Brooks, last week we got in a discussion, we'll call it a discussion, not an argument, about national teams these days are recruiting players to come play for them, right?
Yes.
USA has done this really well in the last couple of years, have they not?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Has Canada done this?
Yep.
Now, there are players that are playing for Canada that weren't actually
They
born
are.
in Canada.
They're starting
and
to do
they're-
more.
You're right.
But also, you have to think Canada is much more vast of like different
Yeah.
international,
No.
but they are doing it too.
But someone who was born
Hey.
in England. I know there was someone who's born in England.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Canada is not more vast than anything international.
Yeah, it is. Get a lot more
What?
refugees in Canada. Where do you think Alfonso Davies came from?
One guy. One guy.
And a bunch of all other
Dude,
guys they
All
have
right,
that
all right,
play.
all right. Not the point. But nowadays, like we'll take Flo Balogun, right? Not an American.
Yeah, he was a refugee from England. He had to get out of there.
Yep, absolutely, right? So Berhalter, who was coach at the time, went and recruited him. He came over and he said, I'm going to play. Canada have been doing the same thing. Now go do that. Go do that and say, hey, come play for Canada. And they're going to go, wait a minute. You guys have been accused of cheating. It's been proven you were cheating. There could be some penalties coming down on you, like not being able to play or being deducted points. No, man, I'm good. I'm going to go play over here. No, I'm good. I'm going to go play for this other country or the country I was born in, right? So that's just one example of one of the ramifications here. You know what another one is?
I laugh at that example.
Sponsors. Do you want, if you're looking to put your sponsorship money, do you want to put it into the Canadian national soccer
I
team?
never
right now?
wanted to in the beginning.
Well, yes, this is true. You didn't. But if you were looking to sponsor soccer, would you want to put there? Because no, you don't want your company's name associated with someone who's
If you
cheating.
clean house, it's okay.
If you clean house?
Yeah,
No.
like everyone
Nope.
has to go.
Nope, because
No,
because
no.
the old rumor is there was Billy in the little town.
Billy the
and
goat?
Billy was accused of whatting a sheep.
Oh.
Billy didn't do it, but you know what they still call him? Billy the sheep effer. Right? The rumor's there.
And I
the
actually
name
call
stuck.
all
What
Canadians
story is
that.
Everybody named
this?
Billy. Yeah, I agree.
Is this an English story?
No,
Yes, pretty
Canadians.
much. Welsh. Sorry.
Okay.
But you see where I'm going, right? The rumors are there. It's actually there's proof in the pudding that they were cheating.
It's not a rumor.
Sponsors are gonna pull their money, and no new sponsors are gonna want to put in because no one's gonna want to be associated with the Canadian Football Federation.
Craig, you act like they murdered a bunch of people.
I'm
this
telling
is
you
just
right
a little
now.
scandal.
Just a little scandal?
Yeah.
If the World Cup hadn't been awarded, they would not be incled in the North
Just out
American.
of curiosity, when was the last time any international team was accused of any type of scandal similar to this?
Off the top of my head, I cannot
Similar.
remember.
Like, I don't think
Right.
ever.
I don't think ever.
No, I don't think so.
So
What's the whoa?
it's not just a scandal. It's kind of like first ever
The
precedent. like
Like
you
the
know.
scandal. Yeah.
The first ever one's always a slap on the wrist, anyways. Come on.
I feel like you're fighting for Canada here.
He's always been that way
You know.
Well, why does he want to fight for Canada?
because he's a turncoat.
this is true. So let me get
What am I,
this.
Benedict Arnold?
No, you're a lacrosse guy.
Yeah, this is true. And wasn't lacrosse invented in Canada?
Exactly.
Yes, it was.
This is where this is all leading.
Hockey and lacrosse were invented in Canada.
No, hockey was not actually invented in Canada.
Yeah, that was invented here.
It's invented here.
Yeah.
But I learned that in a trivia question from this Canadian
And
station
they're
I listen
liars,
to.
so there you go.
All right. So,
Okay.
all right, Brooks, give it to me. What should the penalty be for Canada? Not just Canada men or Canada women. It's the Canadian national team, the soccer team. What should their penalty be?
Well, you definitely have to have repercussions for this because you can't just, this isn't just a slap on the wrist. And like, if it was the first time back in when they knew the women's national team were doing this, and then the men in 2021, I'd say, okay. I mean, you can't disqualify them from the World Cup. I mean, because they're hosting the next one.
I think they're.
I mean, how can
lucky
you
at
really
this
hurt
point.
someone though? Like you just you can't take away scholarships like you can in college.
God, you suck at this.
Yeah.
Go on.
All right.
What can you do on it?
I'm gonna let you know what you can do.
Not pay them?
It's almost like you didn't see this question coming. Although I said at 3:00, "Hey, have your answer prepared." You're not very good at this.
Had
All
my
right.
answer prepared before this even happened.
I mean,
sure
you can
you did.
fine the people, but that's all I would do is just
Fine
do a
them.
fine.
Okay. All right.
Find them.
Yeah.
Find them. Just what? A couple. Let's just say $1 million or $2 million or $10 million.
Well, the federation or the what? Okay, so you
Coaches
just
don't
fine-
care.
So you
They're gonna
find
be
the
fired.
federation, and then herdsman if it was caught done at TFC. You should
Marsh
almost lose your coaching license. Honestly,
But Marsh was doing it.
no. They did not confirm if Marsh. was.
Yeah,
Hasn't been
they said
confirmed,
They said it was done in the Copa as well. That was what I said to
The
said to you
rumors
guys.
have been, and I don't believe John Herdsman for 1 second. I believe he did it. Jesse Marsh just came in. I do not believe he knew about it. That it was just a continuous thing that was done by assistants. That it was just a normal thing they would do all the time.
So the whole, but how would? All right. So you're the head coach. You're now Jesse Marsh. You've stepped in. It's game one for the Canada national team. You're looking forward to it. One of your assistants comes to you and goes, "Hey, this is going to be the lineup that they're going to use, and these are the set pieces. What do you want to do?"
hold on.
How do you
You're
know
gonna be
that's
like,
the
"Well, how did you-
information they're giving them?
How did you
Hold
get
on.
that?
Hold on. I
How
just
did you
sent
get
it to you
that?
guys
Spot on.
earlier today. Kevin Blue, Canadian soccer CEO, after revealing Canadians' drone usage at Copa. The more I learn about this specific matter, the more concerned I get about a potential long-term, deeply embedded systemic culture of this type of occurring. And it was usage of this at the Copa. So he's even saying it was used at the Copa. It's been systemic within their system. Marsh is a part of it.
I think he's in it. I think he's in on it. Fire him. I think you don't play
No.
any games for the next 2 years until the World Cup.
I think Herdsman.
No.
I think at least Herdsman and the female coach should lose their licenses. In my opinion,
Female coach has already been suspended.
she has.
Yeah, I believe.
And they're not going to. She's not going to be able to coach for a year along with the assistant.
As a new guy in Marsh stepping in, I don't think it should be super harsh because he just stepped in. If this had been years and years and it'd be caught several times, then
I
yeah.
disagree. Listen.
Marsh doesn't get the luxury
Yeah.
of being fired in my scenario.
Oh, all right. Well, Brooks, I see what you've got. Okay, fire.
I have some
everybody.
fines
Fine
and
them.
some
Okay.
taking away of licenses because
All right.
you can't coach at a pro level if you don't have your certain license.
This is true. You're right.
Yeah.
All right, Nate, you ready?
So Brooks doesn't have children. I have children. I also coach kids too.
Yes.
Okay, I think you
I
know
used
where
to
I'm going.
coach kids.
You think I know where I'm going with this? Okay. The first time someone steps out of line, you hammer the hell out of them. You hammer them like they haven't been hammered ever before.
So you can teach them who's boss.
no one ever is going to do it again.
Show 'em
Okay?
who's boss, buddy.
No, you do this so hard that everyone else goes, oh crap, if I do this too, I don't want to do this. So first thing, number one, all your stupid dual nationals that aren't really Canada, they're no longer allowed to play for you. They're allowed to play because they weren't a part of this. We're not going to penalize them. They have to go back to whatever, they have their choice of whatever dual nationalship they can. So Jonathan David, considering you're from New York and you're still a traitor, but we'll let you come back because now you're a refugee, or you can go to Haiti.
So they open up the transfer of dual nationals to go wherever they want to. Is that what you're saying?
No, dual nationals are not allowed to play for you anymore. They're gone. They're going back to their countries. If they're not born in Canada, they're not allowed to play. Boom.
Okay.
But you're saying if they have another dual national, can they go play for
They
the
can
other
go play with
national?
them.
Okay.
All right.
It wouldn't be another. They would be
That's an interesting thought. Onward.
Okay.
all Tim Hortons is now Starbucks, and you're not allowed to operate. Okay, so that's by the way, your Tim Hortons field is now called Starbucks Field. FU America rules.
Okay.
Okay, your 3 MLS teams gone. You are not allowed to have them. Toronto's to Detroit, close enough. Montreal is to Maine. That would be a great place to have.
Yes, it
yeah,
would,
a team.
actually,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're actually starting a USL League One team there.
Well,
Well,
forget it. Put the
Forget it,
MLS
get
team
the
there.
MLS now,
Yep.
and the other one we'll just Vancouver, Idaho sounds nicer.
You know what?
Las Vegas, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Anyways, or we'll give Seattle a second team.
Sure. Why
Okay,
not?
Jesse Marsh, for all the shit you were talking about how USSF, you got to get your crap together. Well, we're not dirty cheaters. So the first thing, you don't lose your job. You have to publicly apologize to USF. You have to go, I am sorry. I was part of a program that has systematically cheated the world in this game. And I, as an American, am embarrassed to be a part of this Canadian team, but I will continue working here because no one else will take me.
All right.
And that will end all the other sanctions. We're good at that point. That's all we need to do. No fines are necessary because money comes. Who cares?
Through other ways, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna hit you where it hurts.
Okay.
That's where it's at. Boom.
I like it. Well, I think, unfortunately, it's going to be a while before any penalties are handed down because there's a lot more investigation than
All
needs
right.
to go.
Here's
Go
my
for it.
question for both of you.
Yeah.
Is CONCACAF and CONMEBOL not partially and FIFA partially responsible for this when they know they've been doing this? That it's partially their fault for not either taking care of this earlier, or having the sense of mind that you literally have Charlotte FC's practice training, you have training facility, Charlotte Independence's training facility, and UNC Charlotte in the vicinity. Why wouldn't you put one team at one facility and another team at the other facility so this can't be done?
That's
What are you talking about?
It's not. This is.
It solves the problem.
This isn't. This shouldn't be a problem.
If you're going to train
Know
at
the
Charlotte
rules.
FC's training facility, put them at UNC Charlotte to train on their field. Then you can't do it. You can't do it anyways.
So you're telling me
Hey,
this
so-
is FIFA and CONMEBOL's.
Yes, because how stupid can you be to put
Because you
two
put the
teams
two
in the
teams
same
close?
stupid training facility?
I'll handle this one.
That's
Yeah, go for
horrible.
Anyone who's ever been robbed, it is now your fault.
Yes.
For making it easy for someone to
And
rob
having
you.
nice things.
Yeah. So next time, don't make it so easy to be robbed, and you won't be robbed.
Brooks, there's
just
only one.
How much common sense is that? Oh, well, I don't want you to find out anything, so you train at Charlotte FC's training facility. You're at UNC Charlotte, okay? That's big enough distance where you can't just fly your drone 10 miles to the next
So-
one to be like,
so-
oh, they're cheating.
It's their fault because we can't trust your program not to cheat.
No, it's their fault
That's
because
what you just said.
why would you not put them? Why would you
could
put them in the same
You could put them
facility?
200 miles apart. You know what Canada probably would have done? Gotten in one of these things called a car and driven 200 miles.
That would be pretty suspicious.
No one's gonna know. Do you know any of the assistants?
There's no cars. Like,
There's one car coming. It's weird. What is this thing? And now they've got a
They're
little.
probably wearing the
sign.
Canadian national team gear too, aren't they, when they're doing this?
Oh my God! Well, they're not the brightest ones in the world because they were caught, so you never know.
You know,
No, the
what
only
are they wearing? Like fake mustaches and like incognito?
only people who are at fault and are gonna be punished.
I mean, we don't even know what these people were. If it was just that straight up, where they were training next to each other and they stole it, or they actually did this where they dressed up differently.
you know,
and
it's
they did it.
crazy. Like all sorts of other teams train in like very close proximity, like
and don't cheat.
and they don't cheat, and that wasn't. It's not a problem.
Okay, for the World Cup in 2026, it makes sense just to keep everyone at different locations.
Hey,
So if,
remember when like they had a World Cup at a really small location? I don't know, Qatar, and like this never happened at all.
yeah, wasn't like the German team like miles away from there, and then someone else
No.
is miles away from
And
other
you
places?
can get in a car and drive to like a small city.
You make this so simple. You don't think someone's walking around to be like, "What's this suspicious person doing?" And if not, let's report them to.
Do you know how drones work?
like they fly.
I
miles.
do know how drones work.
Yeah,
You
they
can
fly
sit in a car.
alone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You don't think you're sitting on the side of the highway and says, "What the hell is this person doing with this remote control?"
This is like explaining something to my 10-year-old.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because he knows how drones work, so I don't need to explain this to him.
Brooks, there wasn't some dude with like their cell phone cam like reaching over the fence like this. Like, what are you doing there? Nothing.
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 Nothing. Don't look
at
at
all.
me. Don't look at my Canadian badge and my maple syrup and the moose I've got back here.
That's it.
Not
the
it.
Guy, the guy,
And the Tim Hortons car I'm
Sitting on
driving.
a moose.
He rode up in a moose with his cell phone like this. Hey, how's it going?
I'm just saying, no, it's not. It had to be in the same facility, and why wouldn't you put them at separate ones? It's just common sense.
All right.
It's common sense, Craig.
FIFA, this is
it's
your fault.
It's common sense if you can't trust someone because they're a dirty cheater.
Oh
my
God.
But this is the problem. There was only one person in this world that didn't trust Canadians. No one listened to me.
No.
I would have told you.
All right, boys, we got to
We
move
also
on.
those aliens were real.
We got to move on,
Man.
boys. We got to move on. We got a lot to get to. Are you part of the giant booze up preseason that's happening?
No.
No.
Why are you standing like that?
I am, because I'm boozed up.
Are you
No, I
gonna
was.
fly?
Yeah, trying to. I'm trying to stay on the ground, actually,
is
because
weird,
I
Nate.
you gave me a lot of energy. All right,
Apparently.
Aston Villa lost, Chelsea lost, Man City lost, Man United lost.
Stuttgart won.
Everybody freaking lost.
Stuttgart won.
Do we care? Stuttgart won.
Stuttgart won.
Do you care about the results? Do they matter? We're gonna talk about it because a lot of these teams are losing, and it doesn't really freaking matter. But we're gonna talk about it shortly. I did just get back from preseason tour in Columbus. There, had a great time.
There you go.
We're gonna talk about that in about 1 minute. Be right back.
Hi, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Cool.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump.
Next to line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
All right, we're going to talk about preseason tours, the booze ups, the meetups that happen. They're a good time. But before that, Brooks has some comments from people who've been chiming along. This is what we think the Canadian national team needs to have done to them.
Yep.
Brooks, what we got, buddy?
Will Dyer coming with a good comment here. Guess we know where Connor Stallions got started before moving over to U of M.
All right.
I like that one. Will, good stuff from the Ohio State alum. Aiden Misfood. Canadians are just too nice and honest. They got caught. Yep, we did it. Let's fire everyone. Sure, they are not the only country doing something underhanded.
You're probably right.
But their national associations probably defend all their staff.
Yep. Yeah. Listen, there's what the old Tom Petty say. Is it Richard Petty saying, "If you ain't cheating, you ain't really trying."
Yeah.
I get it. I absolutely get it.
Scott Armour likes your jersey, by the way.
Oh yeah, Villa jersey. This was when we got promoted back in 2019 and 2020.
Nice.
So this is one I didn't wear this past weekend. All right, so I did make my way down to Columbus because Aston Villa are here in the USA. They are traveling around. They played the Columbus Crew last night at the Crew Stadium there, lower.com field. They are heading to Red Bull Arena to play RB Leipzig on Wednesday, and then the Villa travel to Chicago. They're playing at Soldier Field to play against Club America. A lot of folks come over from England to watch the Villa. A lot of folks come over and travel to watch their team, not just the Villa, obviously, because, as I said, there's a lot of freaking clubs here in the USA right now that are traveling around. I was trying to explain this to some people. Clubs come here to the USA because it's a chance to expand their brand. So, for instance, Aston Villa yesterday put on some stuff outside the field, outside the stadium. The Columbus Crew fans were there. They were watching, partaking, making friends. Guess what? Some of them probably turned into Villa fans. Now, it's just a good thing. It's a good community thing. It's a good way for Villa and all these clubs to come over, expand the brand, have some fun. I took all of my kids, my 3 kids, my wife to the game yesterday. We had a group of 11 people that traveled down from for our little group here, but a lot of other Detroiters traveled down. There was a couple of thousand Villa fans. We all met up beforehand, the night before, the day of the game. Lots and lots of alcohol was consumed. It was brilliant, let me put it that way. Columbus Villa did a very nice job of organizing everything, by the way.
It's a nice stadium.
Connor McBride, yeah. So I got to ask guys in the room here and people watching online, friends online, are you concerned about the results? Does it mean anything? Because Villa last night lost 4-1. 4-1 to Columbus Crew. Now, Columbus Crew...
Clearly, Wilfred Nancy is a
complete
master
Yes.
coach and just took you out.
You see why.
Yeah.
He should coach the national team.
So,
I mean, I'm convinced now.
So Villa had 4 or 5 starters, first-team starters, sitting on the bench that didn't even touch the field.
Because they knew
Cucho
they
had some good goals.
Yeah, Cucho had some good goals. They were down there, 4-1. They really did hammer us. Possession was Villa. They toyed with them, but they just didn't put any balls in the back of the net.
Did they bench the starters because they knew they couldn't compete against the Columbus Crew?
That was it.
They just said don't bother.
That's it. Yeah, we don't want you guys to have your be emotionally hurt when you lose like this. So we're just gonna wait.
It's a lost cause.
We're gonna wait till we get back to our Premiership, and it's a little bit easier for you guys, right? So. The funny thing was a little bit of a poor performance from Villa, if I'm being very honest. Some of the players didn't really look up for it, didn't look into it. They didn't. It's a preseason game. They're told, go out, don't get injured, get some runs, get some fitness, get some touches. Let's see if we can win. Put some balls in the back of the net. Here's what we're working on. We're working on triangles in the middle. We're working on the back line, moving up, stepping up. We're working on crossing the ball, or we're working on playing out of the back. Whatever it is. So Villa tried to do these things. But here's what a lot of people don't understand. Villa flew in 2 days ago, and the game kicked off last night in Columbus at 8 o'clock, and that is essentially 1 a.m. English time. Now,
So they're asleep.
half asleep. I don't know why Villa would agree to that, to a late kickoff like that, but it is
Like
what it
a
is.
2 or 3 o'clock kickoff.
I would have thought so, but I don't really care. It was disappointing to see them lose, but again, I do understand that there are bigger things at play. Working on things, not getting injuries. They had several young players out there who will not see the field this year in the Premiership. Just not good enough.
Be loaned out.
Loaned out, or maybe they'll play sparingly in the FA Cup or the League Cup or something like that, right? They also had 3 or 4 new players who've never played before under Unai Emery and with Aston Villa, who they've bought this summer, and they said, get out on the field, get some touches, interact with some of the players, and this is how we're going to kind of orient you into the system that we're playing, right? So for me, results absolutely do not matter, but still sad to see a team lose. I hope we can at least win in New York, because I'm heading out to New York to watch that game. So, Nate, your team unfortunately lost.
Who cares?
They lost 2-1 to Arsenal. That was actually, there was a little bit more passion in that game.
Yeah, because everyone's stupid in the Premier League.
Well, there was a couple of
No,
tackles here and there.
That's
but
why. It's like, it's dumb, okay? It's dumb. You know, for all the comedy that is the German team going out and smacking around some, like, Division III team,
Yeah.
you know what doesn't happen?
Injuries.
That.
That.
You know what I mean? You know what happens? It's actually kind of a warm-up where they're out there moving
Yeah.
and warming up
Yeah.
and not getting injured and not getting pulled muscles and not playing in a non-soccer specific stadium with turf, which I don't know, could have maybe caused a couple of those injuries considering they're non-contact injuries.
So
play?
what Nate's referring
You got
to?
Yankee Stadium?
What Nate?
SoFi. So I can't wait for the World Cup
Yeah,
because
what-
this is going to be awesome if we keep doing this. Just keep doing it.
Let me pull it back a second. What Nate's referring to is the game last night, Manchester United versus Arsenal. 2 of Manchester United's players limped off the field with muscle injuries.
The young 17-year-old, right?
Hoyland and what's his name?
Euro.
Euro limped off with injuries. And it's not a good look to get injured in one of the first preseason games. And potentially, we definitely are 3 weeks away from the start of the Premiership season. Muscle injuries take time to heal. So, and when you're healing muscle injuries, you're not getting fit for the season.
Yep.
So potentially, Man United could start the season without 2 starters. Now,
Potential starters, yeah.
Potential starters. Hoyland is the starter. Hoyland's definitely
be,
a starter,
yeah.
right? And I'm not in any way shitting on the club at all. This is what happens when clubs do this. They come over here, they play these games, they try a little too hard, especially new players who come into a club. New players. If this is your first preseason with a club, your job is to come in, show what you're all about. You bought me for $50 million, you bought me for $70 million, whatever it is. I've got to prove to my teammates, I've got to prove to the coaches and the fans, I belong here, so I got to go all out.
So
You're not up for it yet,
it's
man.
not even that. They're collecting $1 or trying to get eyes in the States by playing Arsenal in SoFi, which is a 60, 70,000 person.
They're trying to sell
stadium.
football stadiums, which is
Right.
stupid.
Well,
it's
the
just like
the
But
problem
people are
is
going and,
no,
you know.
the grounds, the conditions of the grounds with turf, and they laid like some crappy grass or whatever on there, and you could tell it wasn't that good to run on.
Yeah.
Right. You could see it. So it's another issue of them doing this stuff in non-soccer specific areas. At least Villa are playing in soccer specific grass stadiums.
Yep.
And I would say, okay, you're playing a couple opponents that aren't, marquee opponents. Leipzig will give you a run maybe, but it's not anything that, it's not like, hey, we'll see you in 2 weeks, so I'm going to beat the
Right.
hell out of you.
Right.
So-
This is just dumb.
should MLS change to the European schedule?
Absolutely, they should.
Because then this wouldn't happen. Because
What
then you could play in all the MLS stadiums because there's no season going on.
Yeah, listen.
Or just can the stupid friggin' Leagues Cup.
Well,
How about that?
No, what'll end up happening is because both MLS teams who would be on the European schedule would still start at the same time or start preseason at the same time. They'd need to get games in. So
Yeah.
the English teams would come over here, or they could go over to some of the English
Yeah,
teams.
vice
right?
versa.
Right, vice versa. Hey, what's going to happen in 2026? Has MLS decided yet? Are they going to shut down for a month? Do they even know? You know what?
I
Just
don't know
get on the European schedule, and you won't have a problem.
Well, what are they going to do with the all the non-soccer specific stadiums that they're using? Because that seems to be the recurring problem.
Especially with turf. Like, at least San Jose played their League Cup game in this 49ers stadium, which has grass. But the ones where, like, you're playing with turf and laying grass over, like you said, it's a little much.
Which is all the American stadiums, I think.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
Pretty much. There's only a few grass stadiums that are NFL stadiums left.
and this has been the issue all through the Copa, and it was the issue against Man U versus Arsenal playing at SoFi.
Yep. I watched earlier today. I watched the Man City versus AC Milan game played at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, it's not even the correct dimensions.
The field was so freaking small. It was terrible.
Yep.
Like you could see right off the bat, you're like that field that's tiny. That thing is tiny. Someone's gonna get hurt here.
Yep.
There's not enough space. What can you really work on besides little triangles? It wasn't good. Man City, by the way, lost 3-2 to AC
Their
Milan.
season's in crisis now.
Oh my God! They've lost 2 games in a row. By the way, okay, it's over. It's all done.
Have they fired the coach yet?
No, they should, man.
They should.
You can't win preseason games. What can you do in the regular season?
I know, right?
Brooks, what do you got?
Some comments. Jeff Parkins, not concerned at all. Just a preseason run out. Great to see Emmy, Matson, Philogene, and Onana, who all looked bright.
Yep.
And then Aiden again, we Villa. don't care about preseason, a training session against the team in midseason, which is correct because, I mean, we're in the middle of our season here in MLS. Louis Salila? Okay. Did I pronounce it? No worries about the Villa results. Running out some players likely for sale and some youth. He did say Cucho was the real deal for the Crew. And then Jeff coming in, and as I said, they said MLS should change the European style. He's like, or European schedule. 100% MLS should change.
Yeah, they should.
So, I mean, the only thing I watch in these games are the youth guys, the bench players, because they're either playing for maybe a shot to like make the starting lineup or a good loan opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely. And what a lot of people aren't understanding right now is because we did have the Copa America, because we did have the Euros, a lot of those players aren't back yet. They're not back. So the players who got booted out in the first round, in the round robin or the first knockout, those players are back. Christian Eriksen played the other day. John McGinn was on the bench for Aston Villa. You've got some of these. Hoyland was on the field. Some of these players are back, but they're not up to full fitness yet, right? So that's what's going on. Why are MLS teams beating Premiership teams? Well, because Premiership teams don't have the full complement of players yet. Sure. And it is what it is. Plus, they're not going into tackles. I will say I give a big round of applause to the Crew. I give a big round of applause to a lot of these MLS teams because those kids who are playing for the MLS teams are giving it all because they know this is a good opportunity for them to be seen.
Sure. And yeah,
this is a showcase.
The Crew didn't play a whole starting 11. Like I don't think Nagby was in and whatnot.
No, Nagby played. Yeah,
did he?
He had the assist on 2 of the goals, I believe.
Okay,
yeah.
I mean they mixed up the starters a little bit when I saw the graphic.
United ran out a bunch of academy players.
Oh yeah, I think I recognized like 4 players.
Anytime you see a number greater than 20 out there,
yeah,
56. You know, like,
it's like Liga MX clubs. It's like Liga MX clubs. When you know they're 100, they're an academy player.
I love when you see 109 on the back, and you're like, 109?
Because that's the academy number they get.
The hell they did that. I will say Onana played very well. If it wasn't for Onana, that game could have been silly. He had some one-handed saves. You're just like, whoa.
I don't care.
That wasn't good. Well, no, but I mean, that was pretty good. I thought he was really, really the player of the United Arsenal game. Player to watch, if a lot of you folks watched the Amazon All or Nothing Man City documentary last year.
I did.
The player for Man City, Oscar Bob.
Was he in there much?
He was featured in one of the episodes because he was a young lad who grew up through the academy and came in. He played yesterday, and he played against the Serie A AC Milan like full team defenders, and he was making them look stupid. This kid, I think he could be the player of the year for that team this year. I think he's got better, faster feet than Phil Foden.
Wow.
Keep your eyes on Oscar Bob.
I don't trust a man.
Is he actually
He's got
English?
2 first names. I think he is English, but at some point,
Oscar's Bob. That's usually very
you need to look that up.
Brazilian.
Someone said he actually might be Norwegian or Dutch or something like that. But I was like, I could have sworn I heard him talk and he had a full English accent. He was actually English, but
that means very little.
This is true, actually. This is true. But he did come through the academy, I believe. So he was featured. But I hope he's English.
Yeah, Norwegian professional footballer.
He's Norwegian.
Yeah. Oslo, Norway.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so him and Holland must be good friends then.
Yeah. So actually, he danced through a couple of players, laid the ball off to Holland, who put it in for the first goal of the game. Christian Pulisic came in around the 82nd minute, I believe it was, 84th minute yesterday. Made a cameo appearance. Now, why isn't he playing more for AC Milan? You ask.
Oh, he just came off the Copa.
Just came off Copa America.
Yeah.
Yep, he's been on vacation. He was actually spotted at an MLS game the last week, wasn't it? I forget which one.
Yeah, Inter Miami.
Inter Miami game. Yeah, he was hoping to see Messi like we all are, but Messi's injured. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, we got a lot to get to. We're going to talk Olympic soccer. We're going to talk a little bit more, some rumors, some breaking news potentially as well. But we got some different things to get to here, boys. So we're going to skip around. We'll be right back right after this. I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injuries. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc. All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord. All right, so I think we've got a consensus. We're not really concerned about results. We're here. We're traveled to watch our team play. We have a little bit of fun. We get to meet up. I know Villa do meetups. We've had some brilliant times so far. There's another one Wednesday, another one Saturday in Chicago there. So it's about traveling around. It's about having fun.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think these are the most important games ever, and it sets the tone for the beginning of the season. That's why Stuttgart beat some J-League team 5-0 or 5-3.
5-3, huh?
Yeah, we pounded them. So we're winning the league now.
Yeah.
Villa, City, United, relegated. Stuttgart, win the league, possibly a double with the Champions League.
Calling it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brooks, what's your feeling on the J-League? Quality talent, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super quality.
There you go.
He loves the J-League.
He
I do.
loves a big J-League guy.
I am.
Yeah.
He's actually going to start
Very
his,
technical.
jersey collection
Yes.
pretty soon on that.
And connection.
Yeah.
Collection and connection.
Connection and collection. All right, let's jump into the Olympics. Is anybody watching the Olympics? Are you watching the Olympics soccer?
Yeah, kind of.
Brooks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You watched the U.S. women's national team
did.
versus Germany game.
I did.
4-1 to the USA. USA actually looks pretty good. So,
Look good.
Nate, question to you.
Question to me.
Question to you
Question to
specifically.
I.
What should the expectations for the U.S. women's national team be in the Olympics? Should
I think
go
they
on
should
and
win it.
They should win it?
Yeah, they look good,
Is
man.
it win or bust or
No, I mean, but they do look good. Like, they looked like they were playing some really good calculated possession soccer, which almost brought up that question I was asking on, could the women's soccer IQ at this point, be better than the men's soccer IQ?
When
When
you
I
s-
just
when you s-
IQ, when I see my, like, the ability to read and understand the game.
So the players, the individual players, or as a collective, as a team?
Individual players.
Individual players?
That will build to the collective, actually.
So you've coached girls, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. I did a season or two of coaching older high school girls. Have you coached girls?
I have coached, yes, high school age girls and high school age boys.
I feel like so obviously most females are like they're not uber athletic like males are.
Right.
But they pick up things very easily, and when you give them direction, they're very good at understanding things, and I think they remember a lot more. They're more multifunctional, in my opinion, of what they can do than men who rely on solely one or two good things they're solid at.
Brooks, as silly as that sounds, it's actually true.
See, I'm not turning it into this whole, like, gender stupid shit thing. I'm
Well,
just
no, I
saying-
mean that's
but-
but that's how I'm comparing.
Yeah, I'm saying if you take the starting 11 from the women's side that played today,
Sure.
and the starting 11 of the men's side that pooped out of the Copa,
Yeah.
right? And it's not to say that they would beat them. I just say, like, when you come to, like, if you were to give them a quiz about reading the game or seeing the game, which one's going to answer better?
The women.
The women, for sure.
And I think, I don't know, because they're playing more of a complex system.
I mean, Emma Hayes has stepped in here. So Emma Hayes is the new U.S. women's national team coach, English coach, former Chelsea women's head coach. She stepped in, and she has done a phenomenal job with the same set of players that have crashed out in the last couple of tournaments and not done well.
Yes.
She's turned them around. Now, she's made some tough decisions to leave certain players at home. She's playing a very possession-oriented game, as you said. Every game I've watched, Nate, there was a game they played Costa Rica last week. It was a tune-up game for the Olympics. They actually tied 0-0, but USA absolutely dominated. I think it might have been 80-20 possession-wise. Yeah. The only reason they didn't win is the ball just wouldn't go in the net. The soccer god said, this isn't happening today. That ball is not going in the net for you, but off the post, off the toe, off of this. Great touch, but I was very impressed with the composure on the ball and the willingness to swing the ball around, then look for the check two player.
And that was the same thing I saw. The composure, waiting, time, swinging the ball, like literally going left to right to open players on the defensive area, not and in the defensive and midfield third, finding that space and then just kind of, waiting for that right run and moment to happen and then executing it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a process, right? Emma Hayes has stepped in. She's only been there 2.5 months now, really. By the time she left Chelsea, it might even be less than that. And it's going to be a process. I think saying expectations of winning it, like you said, Nate, probably maybe a little bit too much. There's a chance they could win it, but as long as
they should at least get a medal out of it, in my opinion.
If they can get third or fourth, I think it's
they get a silver or
progress.
bronze.
It's progress, and it's a good showing for them, and now a good stepping stone for Emma Hayes on this young team to move forward.
I think they can get a silver bronze. I mean, I've watched both teams, and I mean, it's pretty for these so-called top players that play. Like Tanner Tessman was a disappointment to me. He was okay. Busio was a disappointment to me in the final third.
Sure.
When I watched him play New Zealand.
So let's jump into the men's, right?
Yeah.
So before we do that, let's make sure everybody knows. Yeah. I don't know if everybody's been watching. U.S. men's national team. So it is 23 and younger. You're allowed 3 players that are over 23 years old.
Yeah.
USA lost 3-0 to France.
Yes.
And then they beat New Zealand 4-1. Today was it?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Beat New Zealand 4-1. Could have been 8-1. Could have been 10-1.
Should have been like 8-1. Should have been no goals, actually. Should have been like 8-0.
Yeah, the finishing in the final third for USA was terrible. But they're not gonna medal. They're not gonna medal.
Well, I mean, I think they'll get out of the group, and it depends who they end up playing. But I mean, listen, I think if it's going to be someone that's going to lead the team, in my opinion, it's going to be Zimmerman and trying to push him forward.
And that's and he's a 30-year-old guy with a bunch of 23-year-olds. He is there to lead, right?
Yeah.
He is the captain.
I mean, you could tell by far the 3 men's national team players they've brought, Zimmerman, Miles Robinson, and Georgi Mihailovic, are the ones that just run everything. Yeah. They are the engine, they are everything. And you're kind of waiting for well, Busio was this really good player at Sporting Kansas City, and he got sold over to Venezia, who are now in the first division of Serie A. And Tanner Tessman was this prodigy at FC Dallas, who went over to Venezia, and he is looking to get sold to a Serie A team. I've heard Inter Milan and some other Fiorentina have been in there considering for him. And I'm like, those are good moves, but for how much praise they've gotten, and then they go over to Europe, and this is why I get so frustrated with these players that go over to Europe so early, and I don't think they're very ready. You have Hariel, who plays right back for the Union, and Paxton Aronson, who actually looked okay, but, I mean, he's struggling to get minutes in the Bundesliga. Frankfurt keep loaning him out all the time. Duncan McGuire, for all the goals he scored for Orlando City the previous year, and he was going to go to Blackpool, and then everything fell through, and I don't know if he would have done well at Blackpool, to be honest with you, because he ain't doing jack squat here, and I would consider this a much lower level than the championship. So that's the frustrating part is when do they turn on to step on the throat and kill teams? They don't. That's the women's national team right there. They have the ability to step on the opponent's throat and just annihilate them. The men don't do that very well, and it's really frustrating, honestly.
I don't know. I think Busio and Tessman have been fine, and they're active starters for.
But
they had 42 matches last year for both of them.
Yeah, but I expect more of running and I get it, Serie B. I don't know.
Serie A, but.
Correct, and I don't know what the second division's what you want to. That's the equivalent of, and whatever. It's probably not. I'm guessing it's League One in England. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing maybe it's probably the similar.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess I should expect more for someone that started a lot and was this prodigy and had played a little Gold Cup matches, both of them. It just wears the fight. And this is the up and down of the men's national team. Of all those 23s. I don't know if I really see one that maybe Paxton if he gets his shit together. But I mean, besides the 3 that have already been in the men's national team program, I don't know which other ones, honestly. Maybe Caleb Wiley hasn't played yet, to be fair. He's going over to Chelsea, who'll probably get loaned out.
I was about to say, he just moved to Chelsea, and we haven't heard much after that. But
he will maybe him because he's athletic, but where, I mean, and get the U20s crushing people left and right in CONCACAF here in the CONCACAF championship for the U20s, but where are we going with the men's national team? And it's really frustrating, to be honest with you.
I did the math for you long ago. Not many of these players make the men's national team.
No, they don't. But you would think that
all countries
they would. No, for sure, exactly. But you would think they put up more of like a convincing argument of why they're on the fence. I guess is my thing.
I don't even know if some of these guys are on the fence. I think some of these guys are long. Like I think Buzio's on the fence. I think
Yeah,
Padres,
his
I think
athleticism.
Padres on the fence. I think those two guys are on the fence.
Paredes?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was okay. He wasn't.
And
I
he's
think
a-
he's better wingback than he is a winger, in my opinion.
and he's an active starter for Wolfsburger. He gets
Yeah.
in minutes too.
Yeah, I mean, I
decent
like
minutes.
Tessman. Is he a center back? Because maybe at the higher level he can't move as much. I don't know. I mean, I do like Bucio. He covers ground, but it's just all this. Oh my God, he's so good coming up at the youth level, and then like
You
he
just want
turns into
more
this.
out of these players. That's
I
what
do.
You just want to.
I want more. And look, and if they don't make it, but they're effective in the club, that's fine.
I think if you would have started Bucio over, him and Adams play different positions, but I think if you would have called him in, I think anyone who only plays 4 matches or 5 matches out of a year and you have him start in your national team, you're silly. I don't care where they play, and that was Adams, and that was
Yeah, you're right.
Gio Reyna.
I mean, I think I'd take Bucio over Cardoso and De La.
call me crazy.
Yeah.
I would have took Bucio over Reyna, and everyone can go, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" 40 matches,
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Sharp knife, gonna have to kick off some rust, and I would have took Maloney
Yeah.
over Adams. What do you mean? What do you mean? Maloney had 38 matches in the same position.
Yep.
Adams had 4.
Got a few comments.
Yeah, go ahead, read those comments, my friend.
Robert Kerr watching on YouTube. Hi, Robert. How you doing? The Emma Hayes hire gives me hope for the men's coaching hire. She's an ambitious, world-class coach that would push both the squad and the federation. We hope you're right there, Robert. We hope you're right.
All right.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so let's just get to it. Couple of little rumors here. So the one we've been following, I think, is the big domino that's going to fall at some point and then set off a bunch of other dominoes with the fee. Victor Osimhen is ready to leave Napoli. He's informed them he does not want to be at Napoli. Napoli have said, okay, we're willing to sell you. There's a transfer fee to be met. Right now, PSG are in pole position, but Chelsea are slowly creeping up behind PSG, and they could be making a bid for Victor Osimhen, leading scorer of Serie A 2 years ago. I think he is a hell of a player. I think he would help Chelsea. I'm surprised Arsenal haven't entered this race, but the wages might be a little bit too high.
Wages is release costs is
The release clause.
150 million.
I think it's going to be lowered, though. I think the only ones who can
Maybe.
there's only 2 teams who can afford that, and that's Chelsea and PSG. And I think he has his heart set on one of those 2 teams. But why would not Arsenal have at least said, "Hey, what is the fee? Can we get the fee lowered?" But I think they can't.
Why would they lower the fee
And-
if PSG wants them at
But it's also the
150?
wages. So, but here's my thing: I think Chelsea and Arsenal are the 2 teams right now in the EPL, probably in the world, that absolutely are crying out for a striker. Because if they get a striker, those 2 teams could finish 1 and 2.
And actually, Chelsea might be able to afford him.
Yeah. Well, Chelsea can afford it because they put him on a 12-year contract, right? And
Well, but
over
also
the wages
a lot of
over.
the other deals that they did weren't, a lot of the sales that they had actually garnered a lot of revenue back into the club. I can't remember the numbers specifically offhand, but I did read something about that, how a lot of the sales that they did were very smart and actually pushed a bunch of cash right back in the club.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how they were able to afford all these other players that they bought.
Yep. Other rumors out there: Ederson for Man City may not be heading out the door to Saudi Arabia. Apparently, things have broken down. He may not be going there. He may be staying. Pep has said, I would love for him to stay here. Right now, it's up to the club and it's up to the player, and we'll see what happens. Rumors are that he was a little unhappy. He wanted to bolt for the money, but maybe a change of heart. We'll see there. Julian Alvarez is also currently in talks with PSG, but I think that, again, is really dependent on the Victor Osimhen. That's that domino. I think the Victor Osimhen domino is the one that falls, and then we see because we haven't had a big move yet. We've had 40, 50, 60, some 70 million pound moves, but nothing really giant where you're like, this is a player who has now set the market, and this is the value for all these players traveling after this. So we haven't, and it's getting late into the year. Usually the big domino falls mid-July. Now it's getting into, we're about to hit August. So I know everything got thrown off with Copa and also got thrown off with the Euros out there. But once this domino falls, we can expect a bunch of other dominoes. So does your team still need players? I personally think Aston Villa needs a couple of players. I would love to see a backup striker come in. It's going to happen because Johan Duran right now is reportedly off to West Ham. see you later, my friend. We'll make a bundle on you too, and then we'll buy someone else. We need to buy a backup striker because Ollie Watkins cannot handle the load by himself again, like we saw last year. He got really tired towards the end of the year. Clubs out there who are in need of players. It looks like Man United might need another player too. We'll see. They've bought in some really good players so far. Again, I think Arsenal are waiting to see what happens with Osimhen, and that'll set the market for other strikers out there they could go get. They need a striker. I think Arsenal, they've got the same team they had last year. They've upgraded with that new defender they bought. They just need a freaking striker to put the ball in the back of the net. Jesus scored against Man United. I still just don't think he's the guy. Martinelli's a left winger. You just need the true 9. That's what your club's missing, guys. Arsenal, that's all I got, man.
Yeah, I guess Fabrizio Romano is saying that this week. Is it this week now? Do we consider Sunday? Are you one of those people that considered Sunday part of the new week?
No, Monday. New week starts on Monday.
So next week?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Or this week?
Yeah.
Depending on where you believe your Sunday lies. Some people are like that.
Is it Sunday that starts the new week or Monday?
Monday to Sunday. I'm a Monday to Sunday guy.
Yeah, Monday to Sunday.
Monday to Sunday. But some maniacs are Sunday to Saturday.
But because my wife's like, the calendar does Sunday to Saturday. And I'm like, that's just a fucking calendar. No one cares. Like,
hey, man.
But didn't God say do the work and rest on the seventh day?
I'm sure.
Like,
That's
the thing. Like, or Jesus said that right?
Well, was he resting on Saturday or was he resting on Sunday?
Oh, good point. Yeah, it's definitely Sunday. So
we'll get in this
on Monday.
next
week.
show.
Next show.
About. Anyways,
Yeah.
he said this is going to be a really big week apparently for United, and usually, he's kind of spot on with things. So with that, probably some guys moving out.
I was about to say going out the door. Christian Eriksen, Casemiro. We know Varane left, obviously. Maguire to McTominay.
I don't think Maguire's going anywhere, but I think PSG is apparently wanting Jadon Sancho big time. And actually repay 30-40 million, and then that's going to trigger them to buy a midfield. Wan-Bissaka has been linked with West Ham. That's apparently the Maserati deal is a Mazzuri from Munich. They said the personal terms are like done, sealed.
They just got a club.
And then there's De Ligt, and then there's the Jonathan Borthway, which hasn't really Braithwaite. Middlesbrough, which really hasn't gone away because apparently United was like, we're going to offer you a big deal, and he's like, that's great. Everton's like, we're not going to sell him though, and we went, well. Yep. But I want that money if I'm going to re-sign that contract.
Rumor is that United and Braithwaite came together, and the fee, the salary is £160,000 per week. That's a lot of fucking money for a kid who's 19 has played like 1.5 years.
Yep.
That's a lot of effort. If I were Everton, I would go, yeah, no, not even close, buddy.
Yeah,
you can keep dreaming.
Here's
and
the
because
problem.
of it, we're not going to sell you.
Here's the problem: you cannot sell him, then he'll go for free.
Well, yeah, I would. Mean,
They kind of created a shitstorm, and I don't even think they really want him. I think they're just trying to push the De Ligt deal, which is like 5-10 million short.
Yeah.
So I think they're just literally leveraging a whole bunch of stuff.
And Bayern have a couple of injuries now. Ito got injured. Looks like he broke some metatarsals.
Yeah, you don't need metatarsals.
They're apparently now in the market, by the way, for another center back.
Well, they always were. They always will. They always were because they want Tell from Leverkusen.
That's it.
But they can't buy Tell until they sell De Ligt.
But is Leverkusen willing to give up Tell?
For the right amount of money.
Yeah, Leverkusen's like for the right amount of money, sure, why not? And so it's like a whole bunch of. It could be this weird string of dominoes all flying with different teams where United somehow not like orchestrating, but in the mix with all this crap.
Yep.
That's going left, right, sideways, up and down. And there's Mikitomi still sitting out there where apparently Fulham wanted him, Glyceray wanted him, and I think another team wanted him in the Prem as well.
Fulham and was it West Ham?
Yeah, I saw Fulham.
Fulham really wanted him, right?
Well, the Bundesliga player carousel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there was news earlier that said Serie A club Fiorentina are working on signings of 2 U.S. men's national team players.
Yes.
They want Weston McKennie and Tanner Tessman. Yeah. They want both of them. That would be an interesting move for both.
I like it for both. I like it for both.
I would like them to put Winston McKennie on a diet.
On a diet, so yes, he can.
Yeah, he needs to.
Did you see him in that Trolleys commercial, the alcohol beverage commercial when he was in the shower?
Truly?
Truly's that one. Yeah, he's in a shower in a Truley's commercial.
Truly commercial?
Yep, and I'm like, I have better abs than you, and I am older. And well, I don't know. I probably work out.
You realize he
harder than him.
just parties all the time. That's his MO. That's what's
So do
always,
I.
That's always been with him.
I party all the time too, Brooks.
Yes.
But my abs look great.
Well, he definitely.
I'm just saying that's always been the one knock against him is he doesn't focus.
A couple of too many Trulies because
He looked pretty
And
bad.
Pulisic used to do it all the time, but I think Pulisic finally said, "I can't do this."
I got to take this shit seriously
Yeah.
and get my career on track.
Yeah.
He has.
It's worse because camera angles are usually good and flattering in commercials.
Yes.
Yeah. You must.
It
And they have something called Photoshop.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Last piece of news I just want to bring up. You guys, were you impressed with the Aston Villa kit reveal video that happened earlier this week? No.
No, what did it look like?
Actually, it was a good.
Sean, where's my Preds?
It was a
Yeah,
good
that
kit. It was a good kit reveal.
That had to be
Yeah,
one
it
of
was
the
good.
best kit reveals I've seen.
Oh, is Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah, the one with Ozzy Osbourne,
was
Geezer
entertaining.
Butler. Really well done by the Villa, actually. There.
Do you like the new Adidas jerseys?
I actually got a chance to see it yesterday in person. A couple. Well, what I mean is,
And the new badge.
but a couple of people were wearing them. I didn't get down to see the players, but a couple.
I
of
know,
people were wearing
but
them, so I
you have a new badge too, don't you?
You know what? I got to be very honest. Yeah, we do have a new badge. I like the badge. I'm good with that now. I've gotten over the badge change. The new Villa kit, like you can see, this one is like a vibrant. We call it claret, a vibrant maroon, right? Vibrant.
Yeah, good red color. Nice solid.
Yeah. The new one is kind of dulled out. It's really like almost dull to the purple.
More like a purple,
More like a purple.
less
And-
like a red.
And if I stand next to the new jersey, you're like, what? That doesn't look like a Villa jersey. It's
So
nice.
kind of like
It
West
looks
Ham.
nice.
Isn't West Ham more purple?
Yeah, the same colors, but they usually have more purpley. The Adidas logo on the jersey is like boom. You're like, whoa,
It is big.
is that an Adidas jersey? Oh, no,
It's
a Villa
they've
jersey.
gotten big on all the.
Yeah, they
jerseys.
have
I
on
don't
all
think
their
that's
stuff.
just Villa. It's
it's
all of them. They're
all
just
their marketing.
massive now.
Kind of. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Every Adidas jersey now has the huge Adidas logo.
It's big. Yeah.
This is not the stupid 3 stripes on the shoulder that some of those.
no, the Villa have
mustard.
that.
They do?
Yeah, they have all the teams that have Adidas this year have that.
The one. I hate that's so stupid.
The 3 colors. Yeah.
Like
so,
these normal ones, like this Adidas jersey, like I like it, but going this way.
Oh no. Yeah, Villa have the ones going down like you
Yes.
there. Is I thought
The MLS ones, they have like 3 going down here on the
down
shoulder.
here, down this.
Yeah,
way?
some
No,
of the
no.
jersey, like
Yeah.
Well, that's MLS.
Yeah, that's the MLS. All right, fellas, appreciate it. I do want to say, everybody watching, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I want to say a big thank you to our partners. Big thank you to Soccer World, soccerworld.net for all your soccer gear needs. Big thank you to Next Level Training. If you're in the Metro Detroit area, or if you're a professional soccer player in the country and you're looking for the best trainers around, Next Level Training, by far the best trainers here in the USA. Michigan Jaguars FC. My kids play at the Jags. Nate's kid plays at the Jags. They are great.
I might even coach at the
You,
Jags.
you maybe.
Maybe.
I go to Jags games
you
to
go to
scout,
Jags games?
but I don't have any kids.
I go to Jags games. Big thank you to Thomas McGee's. They have great beer specials, great food specials. You can get all of that while watching soccer games. Thomas McGee's, downtown Detroit in Eastern Market. Big thank you to Zach Atwood, the football doc, one of the best people around. He, by the way, is playing Men's Open right now, Men's Open Division 1, and apparently is kicking butt. So, Dr. Zach Atwood.
With what team?
Bullets.
Oh, did you recruit him there?
He got hooked up there with a buddy of mine, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see how it
So
goes.
not only one of the best football docs around, but also one of the best football players around. Big thank you to the Fab Football Academy. Again, check them out, guys. Fab Football Academy. You can find everything we're talking about on the bottom line scrolling here. We'll put links in as well. Guys, thank you very much. Appreciate it. For those of you who are going to be in New York on Wednesday, hit me up. Let's have a beer. Appreciate it. Up the Villa. We're going to see a great game. We're going to get have some fun.
Can you bring back Nate nice souvenirs?
From New York or Villa stuff?
Either.
I would like an RB Leipzig souvenir, please. Thank you.
We'll see. We'll see, because a lot of these teams I don't think bring a lot of stuff to sell.
No, they don't.
It's called a souvenir stand. Find it. You drunk asshole.
Yeah, maybe I'll find like a knockoff. But
I'm
anyway,
good with that.
Yeah, well, we'll see what I can find.
You want to go steal it from a player? That's fine too.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not doing that. They're quicker than me.
Enough alcohol,
definitely-
you will.
Do me a huge favor. Give this video a like. Give us a subscription. Share it if you could. We'd very much appreciate it. For me and the boys here in the studio, much love. Appreciate it. We'll be back next week. Cheers.
Cheers.